Good morning and welcome to the first annual Greek Alumni Symposium. My name is Andrew Christ and I'm the Vice President for Real Estate Development and Capital Operations here at NJIT. Thank you for the opportunity to present to you this morning. I'm sorry that I couldn't be here in person, but I'm traveling with my family this weekend. However, I thought it was important for me to provide the Greek alumni with an update of the on and off campus projects that we're working on. So let's get into the presentation. Before I go into the projects, I wanted to let you know a little bit about me. I'm a New Jersey guy, born in the Bronx, New York, but I've been in New Jersey for over 42 years and will be here for many, many more. I'm a two-time alumnus of NJIT, a bachelor's and master's degree in civil engineering. Most importantly, I'm one of you. I'm a proud member of Sigma Pi fraternity, and it's been fun reconnecting with many of my brothers and other Greeks since being back at NJIT. In addition, I've been a volunteer firefighter for over 26 years, serving as fire chief from 2011 to 2013. I'm a licensed professional engineer in the state of New Jersey, and I'm currently serving as immediate past president for the New Jersey chapter of APA, which is an organization of physical plant professionals around the state and country. It provides me with a tremendous network of others that fill my role. Enough about me, let's discuss some of the projects that will likely interest all of you. As a Greek alumni, the Campus Gateway redevelopment plan was a scary thing for many of us when it was unveiled in 2008. But as I began to do my research before joining NJIT, I discovered the plan would truly improve the University Heights neighborhood without sacrificing the history and tradition that we have all enjoyed. Phase 1 of the plan, the Greek Village, or Warren Street Village as we call it today, was finished back in 2013 and is an active, vibrant community of Greeks and honors college students. It transformed for many of us what we remember as a bunch of former dilapidated row houses or a parking lot into a true asset for NJIT as we compete for the best students. The new Greek houses have been a terrific addition to the campus, and to the Honors College building has proven through data to increase the GPA of our students and residents. Phase 2 of the project will be the MLK Gateway, shown on the right side of the plan. This is the near-term phase of the project that will help begin the transformation of the neighborhood. I'll go into more detail in later slides. When the Gateway plan was created, the goals and objectives were crafted as a basis for what the plan would create. While I won't read all of them, I want to focus on a few. I believe we all understand the need to create an area filled with 24/7 activity. Many of us have packed ourselves up on Friday and returned home to our friends and family and then came back late on Sunday during our time here at NJIT. In order for us to foster the true college experience, which many of today's students are asking for, we need to create a reason for them to stay. In addition, the more activity we can create, the more people we put on the street, the more likely safety and security of the area will improve. Finally, as a major part of the University Heights District in Newark, NJIT has the responsibility to encourage investment and community development in the city. We, along with Rutgers and St. Michael's Medical Center, must be more engaged and look to use our strengths and influence to improve our surrounding area for both the students of today and those we need to attract tomorrow. The community development is what I'll discuss next. As I mentioned earlier, NJIT is now focusing on the MLK Gateway phase of the plan. Working with developers, the Hanini Group, run by an alumni of NJIT, Samar Hanini, and Crawford Street Partners, a Newark development firm, we're planning to execute Part 1 of the MLK Gateway Plan, or 240 MLK, beginning this summer. The developer will take the former NJIT Enterprise Development Center building and transform it into a primary residential building with a small component of retail. We're hopeful that this addition to the local housing encourages some of the NJIT graduate students currently living in Harrison and Kearney to come back and live in the area of the university. This phase of the project will begin in the summer of 2015 once all of the approvals and financing are in place. In parallel, but at a much slower pace, is Part 2 of the MLK Gateway, or MLK West Side. This part of the project will redevelop what is primarily the St. Michael's Medical Center staff parking lot into a mixed-use development, including residential, ground floor commercial, and a 900-space parking garage for use by NJIT, St. Michael's, and the residential commercial tenants and visitors. Historic uses like the Theta Chi Firehouse and the Bodega building on the corner of James Street and MLK will remain as the property is developed. Complexities of property ownership, St. Michael's Medical Center's status, and the economic challenges for our development team, led by L&M Development from New York, have slowed the project down. Progress has been made, like the purchase of the former Pi Kappa Phi fraternity house, but we would like for it to be moving forward much more quickly. NJIT is committed to the other components of the Gateway redevelopment plan, University Park and the St. Michael's Medical Center. However, we don't anticipate real movement on these phases until successful activity occurs on the MLK Gateway phase. I know that the Gateway redevelopment plan is important to all Greek alums, but I want to now move on to some more exciting on-campus projects. The old Central High School building was acquired by NJIT from the Newark Board of Education a few years ago. The building was quickly retrofit for some much-needed classrooms, but thanks to the State of New Jersey higher education bond programs, the full renovation is now well underway. A phased adaptive reuse of the 1912 Collegiate Gothic former high school has been met with challenges, but the results are impressive. I will review some photographs of Phase 1 transformation of the 3rd and 4th floors, which was completed earlier this year, but I encourage you to tour the facility while you're on campus. Phase 2 will begin this summer at the cost of approximately $55 million, with an anticipated completion in January of 2017. The photo on the left shows the tiered lecture hall on the 3rd floor. This room has lecture capture technology that will allow streaming of classes to the web and a capacity for over 100 students. The photo on the right is an example of a flexible classroom design which has movable furniture to allow multiple configurations of teaching. In the rooms on the 3rd floor, provisions have been made to install flat panel monitors behind the whiteboards so groups can work together on projects, presentations, or view course-related materials. Casual interaction and collaboration are an important part of the learning experience for students today, so they've been provided for in the renovated Central King building. Chalkboards in the corridor allow students to leave class and work out that problem with their peers or grab a professor and review it one last time. These spaces have been widely used since the 3rd floor opened in September 2014. An important element of the project was preserving the once beautiful Collegiate Gothic facility. Millions of dollars have been invested in restoring the terracotta building envelope, replacing the windows with a period-correct look, and incorporating looks into the building's past, like the exposed brick and polished concrete floors on the 3rd floor in the corridor. Phase 2 of the project is being led by TourCon and will include elements like a scale-up classroom, creating a group work environment for students, more student common areas, a math engagement center with focused supplementary instruction in mathematics, and a center for teaching excellence where faculty can work with subject matter experts on further incorporating technology into their instruction. Emporium space for more computer-based group work instruction will be incorporated as well into Phase 2. In addition, the new NJIT initiative, NJII, will be housed in the former gymnasium area of Central King, providing their innovation laboratories in the Center for Innovation and Discovery. The next slide is a rendering of the new Summit Street entrance to Central King building. And finally, the new face of the Central King building on Martin Luther King Boulevard, taking what was an unattractive facade of an old gymnasium and turning NJIT outward, putting our work on display to the community. Next, we'll move into the project's plan for NJIT campus in the short term. The Wellness and Events Center is a transformational project for the campus. Replacing the 1960s vintage Fleischer Athletic Center, which served the NJIT community well when we had 4,000 students, is long overdue. Providing the campus with a facility to host large events like convocation, academic and professional conferences, and student events, as well as support our intercollegiate athletics program and student recreation. The $100 million facility will be designed as a truly multi-purpose building and will be constructed on the existing athletic field. The field will be replaced, rotated 90 degrees, once the existing facility is demolished. Some of the major components of the facility will include the main event center to accommodate 3,500 people in an arena configuration and over 4,000 in the convocation setup, a natatorium or swimming pool with a diving well, an indoor running track, indoor turf field for use by intramurals and intercollegiate athletics. And we expect the design to run through the end of this year, with construction starting in late fall with some early footing and foundation design package releases. The Wellness and Event Center will open in the fall of 2017, with a new field being constructed after that and available in the spring of 2018. This slide is an early rendering of the view from the corner of Warren and Locke Streets if you were looking back toward the campus. This slide is a rendered view of how the facility, in white, fits in the context with the surrounding campus building. It also shows the field in its new configuration. This rendering is the main event center set up in the convocation configuration. The next slide shows the event center set up for a basketball game. This is a view of the swimming pool. You'll notice spectator seating, which makes this an attractive facility for outside swimming meets, as well as our intercollegiate athletic events. This is a depiction of the main corridor or spine of the facility, which divides the event center from the recreation and office spaces within the building. Casual seating and natural light will be prominent in the area to promote congregation. And finally, these are two views of the entrance and interior of the University Fitness Center. Now moving on, with the pace of the Gateway redevelopment plan not being what NJIT expected, and the parking situation already being taxing on our students, faculty, and staff, we recognized that we needed to move forward with a solution. So we proposed a new parking garage on the current NJIT parking lot in the University Heights Science and Technology Park. Over 980 total spaces on 7 floors of garage, along with a small surface lot, will be provide NJIT with a net gain of 230 parking spaces. NJIT currently leases several small, scattered lots in the area that will no longer be necessary. The new garage will provide safe, convenient parking for students, faculty, staff, and tenants of the Enterprise Development Center. The aerial photograph shows the location of the new garage, which is to the west of Locke Street between Warren and New Streets. You can see the NJIT athletic field on the bottom right of the photo for orientation. On this slide, the rendering on the top left shows the garage entrance, which will be on Wilsey Street. The bottom left shows the main elevator and stair tower and facility entrance. The middle right is the view from the corner of New and Nutman Streets. We expect the parking garage to be open for the fall of 2016. In the next slide, we'll discuss the integrated life science and engineering building expansion. The Otto York Center was constructed in the early 90s. As part of the New Jersey State Higher Education Bond Programs, NJIT was awarded funds to expand the facility to promote transdisciplinary team-based research. The current project cost is $17 million, but hopefully by the time you see this presentation, we'll have received an additional $2 million from university funds to expand the scope and plan for future growth in faculty and student research. The addition, unlike the current York facility, will put science on display and change the face of Summit Street as pedestrians move from the current parking garage to the campus. We expect occupancy in the fall of 2016. This is an early design rendering showing a 4-floor, approximately 24,000 square foot building envelope, with approximately half of the building being fit up and half left as shell space for future growth. The facility is being designed to allow for further expansion to the east toward Martin Luther King Boulevard. So this ends my presentation on the campus as well as the off-campus redevelopment projects. I would like to again thank you for the opportunity to provide this update. Should you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me via email or telephone at the numbers below. I would like to thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and I look forward to making NJIT a better place for future Greek alumni. Thank you.